the big concern is going to be our abort scenarios, downrange weather. Now, we are taking a northeastern flight path, so it'll leave Cape Canaveral, Florida, and it will head this way, right on the northern edge of this storm here. Is that going to be enough? We don't know yet. We don't know. It's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. And don't forget, it's not even just this, but here's our tropical storm right here. Tropical storm, what did they call it? Bertha? Is that the name? Tropical storm Bertha, I think, that just formed today. It was a tropical disturbance up until today. And then it quickly went to a tropical storm. So that's Tropical Storm Bertha right there. It's already moved onshore, expected to be onshore. By 2 o'clock, it was already expected to be onshore. Plenty of time for launch. But keep in mind that you still got to have wave conditions that are acceptable for abort scenarios. And the booster recovery team on the drone ship, the Autonomous Spaceport drone ship, of course, I Still Love You, is right out in this area here. And they need a couple of hours to prepare the drone ship for booster landing. They have to prepare the drone ship, and then they have to leave, get on the support ships, and head out and get away from the there's no crew on board the drone ship. That's why it's an autonomous drone ship. There's no crew on board, but there is crew that is with it to prepare it, and then they have to leave, and they have to be clear of that before they can do the booster landing. So that's a big concern for today. It's going to be that weather. We also we can look at, these are wave conditions here for today, and you can see wave conditions look fairly good. Here's the flight path right here, this direction. Oh, right on the southern edge of this tropical storm. Here's where we're getting 10-foot waves here. Down in this area, down at the Cape, 3-foot waves. Up here on the edge, 6-foot waves. Getting a little iffier. And it just a little northwest of this quickly goes up to 10-foot waves. Somebody do the metric conversion of that for me. I think that's like, what is that, like 3 meters? All right, let's take a look at some of these comments. Michael over on the Facebook channel having a meeting around 11:30 to see if it's a go. Good to know, Michael. Thanks for that. I knew that they were gonna have another close one. I knew we had the 10 o'clock one, but obviously they're probably gonna have a number of meetings for weather. Now I'm gonna try to keep an eye on our Twitter feeds and such to make sure that things are still on track. I mean, so far I've not seen any sort of news, but you guys make sure you keep me updated in the comments as well, because it's hard to monitor and run the broadcast at the same time. But we're gonna give it a shot, and I don't see anything so far that would indicate any sort of issue. Let's see. These are all good. I already have a million notifications. It's a good problem to have. Okay, catching up on the Space Lobster. Too funny. Yeah, we've got a ton of. If you're not familiar, Space Lobster was a long time ago. I don't have the actual Space Lobster, the Space Lobster audio, but I did grab an audio clip just to reminisce about the Space Lobster time, because it always gets me excited. So we're ready for Lobster Fest, and even Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut. Even he knows what that pesky space lobster is up to. Right? Oh, you guys probably can't hear that. You guys couldn't hear that. I had the mute button on. How about this? Let's try it now.
Space Lobster ate the T-Tub. That's the answer.
There it is. I gotta make sure I don't have the mute button on. So there we go. Lobster Fest is on.
Lobster Fest is on.
Okay. Michael, what's your Twitter? It should be right here, at OLHCN. It'll scroll up right below me here. It's all the same. Twitter. I mean, the only one that's different is Facebook, right there. SpaceX Nerd, love from Florida Space Coast. Oh, I'm so jealous of anybody that is on the coast right now and able to watch this in person. Let's get this back to here. How's the weather holding? This is Chad over on Facebook. It's still iffy. Very much iffy. Probably in a few minutes, we'll hear whether or not they're going to proceed with the day's launch. Maybe in like anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes from now, we might get an idea of whether or not we're gonna proceed. So the Dragon and Falcon 9 are on the pad. At T-minus 5 hours, you can see over on our big events list here. T-minus 5 hours, the next big event that's going to happen is going to be the Dragon alignment of the Inertial Measurement Unit, the IMU. That initial measurement happens at T-minus 4 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, which is in just about 10 minutes from now. So Dragon will start to align its IMU. They will pressurize hypergolic fuels at T-minus 4 hours and 4 hours and 30 minutes. So we've still got about 30 minutes for that. That's when things start to get a little real. Pressurizing hypergolic fuels. That's in the Crew Dragon capsule, which does our Super Dragon abort motors and our reaction control thrusters. GVA Morning Show, thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate that. It says Tori, welcome back. We're back again. I can't believe I just couldn't contain my excitement all week long. So we're gonna be here all day, hanging out, watching the weather. Well, assuming they don't scrub. I mean, if they scrub, we'll hang out for a little while longer, then we'll probably be out of here. The backup window, in case you're not aware, is May 30th is the next backup window. Now, you might ask, well, May 30th, that's 3 days from now. Why not tomorrow? It's just a phasing problem. With phasing meaning how they phase and catch up and align with the International Space Station. There's also, they had mentioned that there might be some traffic conditions. I don't know if it has anything to do with the Japanese supply ship that just docked to the International Space Station. There was a Japanese resupply mission from JAXA that just docked to the International Space Station. But that's also potentially a concern, but I don't think so because it's already docked. But they did mention that in the press conference. I'm not exactly sure. They kind of just mentioned it briefly. But the biggest thing is phasing. Getting aligned with the International Space Station. That's gotta be, you can't really do anything about that. You just have to wait until it's aligned. So the next opportunity, the next backup window, May 30th. Then there is another backup on May 31st, the next day. So we've got 2 backup windows, and obviously there's, if they have to keep going, they'll keep getting more and more backup windows. But those are the 3 planned windows right now. Today, obviously, May 30th, May 31st. All of these are instantaneous launch windows. There is no opportunity to hold. They cannot hold the count. If they have to hold, if there's a problem, it's off. Scrub for the day. So instantaneous launch window. Kyle wants to know if it'll blow up. No, we don't want that, Kyle. We don't want that at all. No, that would be absolutely terrible. Backup date the same as Starship hop test. I don't think you're going to see a Starship hop until after DM2. Because this is such a big deal. I think pretty much, Starship development will likely continue, but this is such a big deal. I don't think they're going to go hopping Starship until after DM2. Could be wrong, but I don't think you'll see it. I don't think